Product. 'Tis a season, Buddy P. Give me the Big Leaf Maple Autumn Red. So, wasn't really too sure on what exactly that was, so I had to do a little bit of research on it. This is a red ale, and it's brewed with Big Leaf Maple. So this is a native maple tree to California. So they use the Big Leaf Maple variety rather than the sugar maple, which is the maple syrup you're used to getting this from the Quebec, the Vermont sugar maple. So this is Big Leaf Maple, brewed with Big Leaf Maple syrup at 6% alcohol by volume. And the hops are Cascade, Nelson Sauvin, and what the fuck else was it? Citra. And just Cascade and Citra in the dry hoppage. And Sauvin in the bittering. But let's pour this beer anyway. Here we go. Wow, this smells really nice, like a very citrusy IPA. So we got the Big Leaf Maple syrup in there. Of course, it's been fermented out, so we're just going to get kind of a woody effect kind of going on here. This is available from August through October, and they've been doing this since 2013. Really nice appearance on the beer. Very nice amber red, very generous head to the beer. Looking pretty nice. Quite a bit of hops in here from what I'm smelling. All right, gotta try that. Wow. Wow, this is really neat. Wow, like this is just like a really juicy fucking IPA. And there's like a woodiness in the back. Really kind of interesting aftertaste, but I've done a maple beer on one of my first beers. I thought, I know, I'll dump maple syrup in instead of the dextrose in an extract kit when I was doing extract, and it tasted very woody. It didn't really, and I dumped it in it's like an amber ale or something like that. It didn't really work out, but this is really good. This is awesome. It's sweet, but I would just call it more like a malty kind of, a little bit of sweetness coming from those hops, kind of a sweet flavor. I'm not tasting like a maple syrup type sweetness really so much. A bit of carbonation in the mouth and the mouthfeel. A bit of explosive carbonation there. You're not really seeing any streaming carbonation. A little bit. Oh, yeah, there is a little bit in there. Of course, in a round bottom. It's not really etched or anything, so. This is a really nice smelling beer, and it's a very nice tasting beer. And it probably doesn't taste anything like you assume it would. I was kind of expecting like more of a traditional red ale flavor going on here. This is just full out IPA. This is more IPA than their IPA was. Sorry, Anchor. I really like this one a lot. I wasn't a big fan. It was drinkable, the IPA, but it didn't have like this kind of juiciness to it. So if you've had their IPA, you know what I'm talking about. This is you get those IPAs and got a bit of red coloration, kind of an amber coloration to them, and they're really juicy. You know the kind. 6%. This actually is an IPA with a little bit of maple syrup in it. There's a bit of sweetness. I'm still getting a little bit of maybe that maple sweetness in there. There's definitely a sugary sweetness kind of in the middle, in the start into the middle. It's kind of even though there's a little bit of sweetness, it still kind of finishes a little bit dry. Starts dry, a little bit of sweetness. Beautiful citrus note to the back of it for sure. Yeah, a lot different than what I was expecting. Even though I read Cascade and Citra and Nelson Sauvin, which is like I believe a New Zealand hop, which is kind of good for IPAs as well, from what I've been led to believe. Still never settled in that it wasn't going to come out like a authentic, kind of more plain red ale. I think fall beer. I don't necessarily think IPA. That's what it was. And yeah, I'm picking up more of that sweetness now. Really cool beer. I really like the Anchor Steam beer. I really like that beer a lot. And actually, it's got some pretty high rates, actually, on some of the sites. I think it was Rate Beer or Beer Advocate or something. Like into the 90s, I believe. And you want to double check that. I'm fucking you around. I don't know. This is an awesome beer. I like this beer. Basically, citrus kind of juicy IPA with a little bit of maple syrup flavor to the front, and a bit of a woody character all through it, especially into the mouthfeel. And that it kind of feels oaked, whatever. I'm gonna say this is fucking awesome beer. It really is. It's a little bit over carbonated for me, maybe. Like I poured a really big head. The mouth feels a little bit carbonated. Main thing, I've had maybe a few better IPAs for sure, but this is definitely up there. I'm going to shoot this one a solid 9 out of 11. Yeah. Well, I'd recommend picking this up, especially if it's a deal. This is the kind of beer where you can session a whole 6-pack. If you don't do it all one night, but, unless you can handle that much, but within 2 nights, this would be gone, no problem. This is a really excellent beer. Another good one from Anchor. Beerzerker, and I'm out. Yeah!